Hello, hello, hello. Hello, welcome to IRONMAN Estonia race weekend. Welcome to Estonia, where we have the most triathletes in the world per capita. So, yes, Estonia is a triathlon country. And today we have a small press conference. First of all, we're going to introduce the main people in here in this race organization, and also then I'm gonna give a mic to our main man Robson, who will do a pro panel. But I will continue in Estonia, and then Robson will take over and carry on in English. Tervist! Nii, nädal on meil siin, nädalavahetus on kohe algamas ilma pikema jututa. Ain, kuidas ettevalmistused kulgenud on?
No aitäh sõna andmise eest, et tõepoolest meil on pingeline nädal olnud, väga päikseline ja mõnes mõttes tormiline. Et me oleme jälginud juba mitu nädalat Harku vee seisukorda, teinud erinevaid teste ja viimane test, mis sai reedel võetud, siis tuli esmaspäeva õhtul siis tulemusega, mis ütles, et Harku rannas on sinivetikate seis siis 20% üle lubatud normi. Ja teisipäeval tehes siis suure nõupidamise koos siis meie esindajate, bioloogide, Terviseametiga jõudsime sinnamaani, et meil ei ole mõtet panna sportlasi riski ja sinna ujuma. Ja võtame siis kasutusele plaan B, milleks on siis Stroomi rand. Ja käisime siis ka Stroomi rannas oludega tutvumas. Et väga ilus puhas rand, tõesti üllatavalt. Mu kolleeg ütles, et see võiks olla Tallinna Venice Beach. Ta tõesti on äge koht, ja me saime sinna nagu enam-vähem siukse situatsiooni paika, et me saame seal võistlust pidada, kui nüüd just ilmataat meile vingerpussi ei vea.
Ma küsin kohe ära selle küsimuse, mida ma igal pool kommentaariumis nägin. Miks mitte kohe siis sinna samma randa minna?
Sellega on see lugu, et me oleme mereriik ja kõik, kes mereriigis elavad, peaks ju teadma, et meri on ettearvamatu. Ja seda ka meie meri on. Ta on ilus, ta annab meile palju võlusi, aga ta vahest teeb ka palju probleeme. Et meil on kogemus olemas lennusadamast aastast 2018, kui väljas oli 30 kraadi ja idatuultega vesi läks üle öö 10 kraadi külmemaks. Et see on risk, mida me ei tahaks võtta, sest inimesed, kes on tulnud siia põhimõtteliselt üle 60 eri riigi, üle 2000 rahvusvahelise osaleja ja nad on treeninud aasta otsa, et teha Ironmani, ehk et see koosneb 3 alast, ujumine, ratasjooks. Ja meie ülesanne, ülim ülesanne on seda neile pakkuda, mida nad siia tulid tegema.
Ja ma tean, et sel nädalavahetusel ikkagi on rekordarv osalejaid meil. Kui palju meid siis lõpuks siin ikkagi võistlust tulla asub?
No jah, rõõm kuulda, et tõesti meil kõikide sündmuste peale kokku on üle 4700 osaleja. Ja nii Ironmani distants kui ka 70,3 distants on rekordnumbritega ja mis kõige olulisem on see, et nii see Euroopa meistrivõistlused kui ka proosari toob meile siia väga suure hulga rahvusvahelisi osalejaid, keda on üle 2000 osaleja ja loomulikult seda rahvusvahelist tähelepanu, et esimest korda üldse Ironman Estonia korraldusajaloos toimub siis üle maailma minev Ironman Now otseülekanne profisarjast. Ja ma usun, et see on parim visiitkaart siis nii Tallinnale kui Eesti riigile kui ka triatlonile ja meie kui korraldajatele siit.
Võtan siit kohe jutu järgi siis üle Kaarel Oja, meie Tallinna abilinnapea. Ironman on olnud juba väga mitmendaid aastaid siin samas Tallinnas. Kuidas Ironman sobib siia Tallinna keskkonda ja kuidas on see vastu võetud Tallinna inimeste poolt?
Sobib imeliselt. Sellised rahvusvahelised sündmused on kingitus igale linnale ja sellised korraldajad nagu teie olete, nagu Ironman on iga linna unistus. Tegelikult ju muidugi vaata inimesed, kes võib-olla nagu ise otseselt ennast ei seo sündmusega, neil on korraks nagu keeruline, sest mõni buss sellel päeval ei sõida natuke teistmoodi, aga üldiselt sellega see korraks see nurim piirdub. Et tegelikult me kõik ju rõõmustame selle üle, et Tallinnasse tuleb selliste sündmuste raames, mida ei ole liiga palju, aga mõned ikkagi on. Tuleb tuhanded inimesed, nad tulevad midagi olulist tegema, nad tulevad teadlikult ja see on suurepärane.
Järgmine aasta 2025 on ka Tallinn Euroopa spordipealinn. Kuidas üleüldiselt Tallinn ja sport järgmine aasta eriti veel niivõrd võimendatult käsikäes käima hakkavad?
Nagu nende selliste aastatega on, siis see ju tähendab seda, et miski saab rohkem tähelepanu, miski järgmine aasta on see sport laiemalt, nii saavutussport, tippsport, suured rahvusvahelised sündmused, aga täpselt sama palju ka see spordi igapäev ja meie kõigi spordi liikumisvõimalused. Me oleme enda jaoks selle sõnastanud niimoodi, et kõik, mis spordiga seoses järgmine aasta Tallinnas toimub, et kui kõik on kõige paremas korras välja mõeldud, ära korraldatud, siis igale poole tuleb mõelda veel see kirss, et neid kirsse tuleb mõelda ja nendega tegeleda, et järgmine aasta peavad kõik sündmused saama selle millegi lisaks.
Aitäh, Kaarel! Helina Leif siis meil siit samast vingest Rocca al Marest, kes aitab ikkagi väga tugevalt meil seda võistlust siin korraldada. Kuidas siis Rocca al Mare, kas Rocca al Mare on valmis võõrustama kõiki neid tuhandeid triatleete, keda siin juba praegu võrdlemisi palju on?
Ja tervist ka minu poolt ja pean alustama sellega, et mul on tõepoolest uhke tunne taas teist aastat järjest Rocca al Mare ja IRONMANi omavahelise koostöö osas, et see on eelmine aasta juba äärmiselt hästi õnnestus, peale mida me haarasime kohe telefoni ja küsisime, et kas järgmine aasta tuleb jälle. Ehk siis jah, me oleme alati valmis neid olnud vastu võtma ja meil on äärmiselt hea meel ja loomulikult arusaadav, et sellise suure rahvusvahelise kaliibriga üritused toovad kaasa äärmiselt palju muudatusi, kuid ma usun, et kui neid muudatusi kommunikeerida inimestele õigel ajal, piisava ette teatamisega ja õigetes kohtades arusaadavalt, siis kõik on tehtav.
Nii et need, kes ei ole triatleedid, need saavad kõik ka Rocca al Maresse sisse, eks?
Jaa, absoluutselt, et tegelikult alates nädala algusest on meil keskuse ümber erinevad suunaviidad, liikluskorralduse reguleerijad ja samuti on pidevalt informatsioon täienemisel ja täiendamisel selle kohta, et kuidas keskusesse saab. Seega nädalavahetusel ootame kõiki külastajaid ja kõiki kaasaelajaid siia.
Viimane küsimus, eelmine kord, kui see sündmus siin toimus, kas milline oli see tagasiside poemüüjatelt, ehk kuidas see triatleet kui kliendina, milline ta on ja kas oli näha ka, et poemüüjad ütles, et see on see, kes täna homme osaleb?
Jaa, selles mõttes, et eks loomulikult arusaadavalt on erinevaid arvamusi selliste suurte spordisündmuste osas, sellepärast, et kõik ei ole võib-olla selles spordis nii sees, kuid need, kes külastasid ja need meie maja üürnikud tagasiside oli äärmiselt positiivne, sest tegelikult varasem aasta, enne eelmist aastat, me ei olnud see võistluskeskuse punkt siin, ehk siis meie keskuse külastatavus oli kõvasti langenud sellel päeval, sellel perioodil, ehk siis meie jaoks on see võit igal juhul, kui külastajad leiavad tee siia.
No meie igatahes oleme väga tänulikud selle eest, et annate meile siin ikkagi võimaluse seda sündmust siin teha. Aga let's moving on to Henrik Provel, our main man from IRONMAN Group, and you have been up with us many years now. And you have seen us how we are evolving. So how has been this kind of movement from the beginning years and now towards this pro series?
I think it has been a fantastic journey with the Estonian team and with the events here in Tallinn. We're now here for the 8th time, I believe. And every year we see really fantastic events and a lot of athletes racing on Estonian grounds, so it's fantastic. And on behalf of IRONMAN, I just want to say a big thank you to Minister of Culture for being a good supportive party for the hosting of the events, and also big thank you to the city of Tallinn for being such an amazing host that makes us feel very welcome here and make all the athletes feel very welcome in one of the capitals in Europe. Also, a big thank you to Ain and the amazing team he has built around this event. They prove every year how good they are at putting on stellar events, and they're living up to our motto, anything is possible, every year. So big thank you to the Estonian team for making this happen.
So when you heard the news that there will be a swim location change, then it's like, yeah, well, whatever, they can do it.
I know they can do it because they've done it before. So when Ain called me the other morning and said that we have an algae problem in Harku Lake, I was just laughing and said, is there anyone that can move the swim venue to your new location? It's you guys, so just go for it.
I looked at the statistics of this weekend, and one thing that really crossed my eye and that was really positive surprise was how many women are attending of these weekends. For example, 70.3, 30%, and full distance Ironman 20. So how do you see is overall in Ironman group there's more and more women coming to this usually men-dominated sport?
Yeah, so I would say that after COVID, we've seen a bit of a switch in the demography among the athletes. So we see younger athletes racing, and we see more women racing, which is a fantastic development. There has been a lot of initiatives through the years to get more women into Ironman distance and Ironman 70.3 distance, and I think that's now paying off. And we see the ratio of women racing grow from event to event, which is fantastic.
Perfect. It's really good news to hear all about that, and thank you, Ironman Group, and everyone who have been involved in this organization. So now, Robson, thank you for attending the press conference, and now we're gonna carry on. Now we're gonna carry on with the pro panel.
Welcome to the Ironman 70.3 European Championship Pro Panel. It is the 2024th edition. Welcome to everyone online. Welcome to the audience. So actually, a good note is that we have the entire 2020 Ironman 70.3 female podium present. We have Maja Staja-Nielsen. We have Kat Matthews. We have Kaidi Kivioja, and then a challenger has thrown into the mix, Kate Curran. And then on the men's side, reigning Ironman 70.3 European champion from last year, and multiple-time Ironman and Ironman 70.3 winner, and the first race of the Pro Series, Peter Himmerich. And then we have Mark Dubrick, 6-time 70.3 podium finisher, 8th in the North American Championship 2024 in St. George, and you have 2 Pro Series races this year. Anthony Costes from France, a multiple Ironman and Ironman 70.3 champion, recently 3rd at Ironman 70.3 North America in the champion at St. George. Henri Rappo, also from Estonia, representing as Kaidi the locals, an accomplished short course athlete and hometown favorite, and you recently finished 2nd in your only middle distance so far. Maija Stai, 2nd at Ironman 70.3 Tallinn in 2020, currently 4th overall in the Pro Series, Ironman Pro Series after 3 races, including 2nd at Ironman European Championship in Hamburg. And Kat Matthews with a win in 70.3 Tallinn in 2020, and currently 7th overall in the Pro Series, with 2 perfect scores this year from Ironman Texas and Ironman Vitoria-Gasteiz. Kate Kern, 25th in the Pro Series after 3 races, including a 3rd at Ironman 70.3 Les Sables d'Olonne. And Kaidi Kivioja, a 2-time Olympian and the hometown favorite, now focusing solely on middle distance racing. We will start with the questions soon, but we encourage the audience to ask questions at the end. And to entice you to answer questions, we will have 5 €50 vouchers for the merchandise store. Those go to the 5 best questions of the day. And please be creative. Write down, is it question of training, strategies, tactics, race tactics, or standings in the Pro Series? And our Kelly over there will make sure to filter them and get them sorted. My name is Robson Lindberg. I have had the honor of being the announcer of this genuinely unique capital race city since its inception. And to see this race get the 70.3 European Championship and Pro status is a true testament to the organization and this blistering fast course. The Ironman 70.3 in Tallinn is the 14th race of the Ironman Pro Series and the only Pro Series race in Estonia. This race, as we've seen before, produces really fast times, beginning at now the Stroomi Beach swim, and that will lead our athletes on to the bike course. And the bike course, one of the fastest in the world, truly unique in its own way, with a mix of city and countryside and wonderful nature of Harju County. Deceptively flat, actually, with a two-loop course. And then before it returns to the capital city of Estonia and offering a challenging run in the picturesque views of Tallinn Bay. Just to clarify what's at stake here, we have this weekend a $75,000 prize purse and 2,500 Ironman Pro Series points on the line. And we never know. It may be a sprint finish. We've seen a few sprint finishes this year. And the athletes are contesting for a piece of the $1.7 million bonus prize purse, which will be awarded at the end of this 20-race series. The winners of this weekend, as said, will receive each 2,500 points, and everyone finishing after the winner will lose 1 point per second, and that is where we say every second matters. In case you're wondering where to watch, the race will be broadcast live, free across multiple platforms for global viewers, including the proseries.ironman.com, our Outside TV in the US and Canada, DAZN and L'Equipe in France, and YouTube, among others. Now, let's ask our athletes seated to the right of me a few questions, and let's get the show on the road. Kat, let's start with you. Welcome back. Impressive form since 2020. That was an impressive win. You've had a bit of challenges this year. How are you?
Thank you. I'm super grateful to be back here in Tallinn. The city holds a special place in my heart. Not sure why exactly, many reasons. But ultimately, I was inspired to do my first Ironman watching IRONMAN Tallinn. One of our peer pro athletes inspired me. And I'm super healthy. Thanks for asking.
I think actually we met for the first time at the Viru Hotel back in 2018, 19, when you were still an amateur, right?
19, I was spectating the age group race, yes.
Exactly, right. You've proven you're a threat, both over the middle distance and the long distance. How is your mindset differing coming into a 70.3 versus an Ironman?
Many different sort of opinions, I think, the difference between an Ironman and 70.3. And ultimately, obviously, you're trying to be your best self, but there's a lot more, and I use a quote from a 1,500-meter runner, Josh Kerr, controlled aggression in a 70.3. So I'm hoping that I can throw a little bit more at it and take a little bit more risk than you can, I think, to perform your best over the full Ironman distance.
Right. Then I was going to ask a question. Your husband, Mark, is racing the Ironman tomorrow. Have you scouted the course, the run course especially, together?
Just for some context, my husband Mark has started Ironman Tallinn twice. He hopes to finish Ironman Tallinn tomorrow, but he, having gone slightly off course in previous years due to his own fault and not the course, he hopes this year he will be on the correct path, but he does have no expectation that he'll be at the front of the race, so it shouldn't be a problem this year.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to the hometown favorite, Kaidi.
Tere.
Tere. Welcome back. You've had a big year of travel for races. How important is this race to you here on home soil?
Yeah, this race has always been my number one race for the year. Because last year I didn't really perform well here, and that was not a great feeling, not having the best day in front of like so many friends, family, and people cheering for you. So this race has always been my main goal for the year, and I feel like I've reached my best shape in the right time, and I'm really excited to race on Sunday.
You've been training with Olympians, and talk a bit about your lead up to this race.
Yeah, from my training group, 9 people qualified for the Paris Olympics in triathlon, and that was amazing to be a part of this journey and to follow their preparation for that. And I was thinking that this will be my Olympics. So the training I haven't trained that much with them as previous years because, obviously my training is a bit different, but still being a part of this environment is a very, very motivating environment.
You seem to found your groove also. Is that the case? You've kind of switched over now from short course to middle distance, and seems like you found your way.
Well, I still feel like I'm not quite there yet, but I'm really enjoying this process. It's very challenging. I've been doing short course for more than 10 years, and now doing only middle distance triathlon. It is same but different. I'm really enjoying it at the moment, and I'm excited for the future to see how much I can improve and how far I could get.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maja Stai Nielsen,
Yeah.
currently fourth, which in the Ironman Pro Series, which is a testament to your consistency. How do you make sure you're ready to peak for each race, and how do you manage your consistency?
Oh, that was a lot of questions in one. But I think consistency is something that comes over time. And I also feel like I try to perform my very best every time. And then by that, I kind of get the results that is needed to keep me going.
You were second here in Tallinn in 2020, shared the podium with Kat and with Kaidi. What learnings or what lessons do you take from that race into tomorrow or Sunday?
That it's okay to work very hard on the bike and I can survive the run anyway.
And what are you looking most forward to, the swim, the bike, or the run on Sunday?
I think the bike course here is very cool and I think it will be very fast, which I like. I do also think that the run course has potential to be very fast and that we will have a good crowd there. And that kind of atmosphere is what we want for a race. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Awesome. Thank you. Kate, moving over to you. Welcome to Tallinn.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
This your first time in Tallinn?
Yeah, my first time here. I remember watching the race, tracking it last year, and I thought, I want to be here for the championship, the European Championship this year, ahead of Worlds in December. So this was a great opportunity for me.
And looking at the course, have you had time to check it out already?
Yeah, I actually got here on Monday, so I feel like I'm a bit of a local. So it's been great to spend some time here in Tallinn. I was here for the national holiday, the Independence Day, which was very cool. But yeah, it's a great course. As Maya just said, it's going to be super fast, so I'm looking forward to it.
And does it suit your strengths?
Well, I'd say I'm a relative newcomer to this distance, so I'm still finding out where my strengths are. But yeah, you have to race the course that's in front of you. And yeah, just looking forward to getting stuck in on Sunday.
And you've recently turned professional last year. What went through your mind when you finished third at Les Sables d'Olonne?
Yeah, that was a great result for me to come third in a Pro Series event. It kind of was testament to just the training that I've been putting in fairly consistently. And it gave me some great momentum for this training block that I've had to think quite carefully about how I use that momentum. But yeah, it was a great result. Always nice to be on the podium. And yeah, finished with a smile, coming third. So can't complain with that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's move over to the men. We will start with defending European champion Peter Hemmerich. Welcome back, Peter.
Thanks. Nice to be here back again. And yeah, it's already 1 year ago, but it looks like it's maybe like almost some weeks ago. It's very nice to remember all the things here and yeah, see the same spectacular team who's organizing this race. I think last year I said the same, like it's crazy. The team behind this race is like doing all the things for the pro athletes to get like very comfortable, and it's something we don't see a lot like as pro athletes. So happy to be back here.
It's a testament. The race director Ain is a former pro, so yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about results in just a second. But last year, the win was very important for you. You said it was great that your family was here to watch it, and when you came over the finish line, it looked like there was a weight lifted off your shoulder.
Yeah, that's true, because I knew that race I was in shape, but at the end you have to show it on race day. And yeah, I think I had like this week multiple calls with national press, and they are asking always the same question: how gonna you do it this week? But I think like every athlete who is here knows this year it's crazy. If you show up on a race like this level, you have to be 100%. You have to have your best day to have to do a great result, and maybe even on your best day there will be somebody who is going to beat you. But that's the nice thing this year, I think, in pro level sports, that all the races are getting very high level. And yeah, that's good for the spectators because you get like very nice races to see. And yeah, looking forward to Sunday.
What's the goal on Sunday?
That's also a question I got a lot of times, but I always say the same. It's maybe strange to say, but I just will be happy if I can reach my highest level on the day. And if it's like last year, a win, it would be crazy, but yeah, I'm realistic enough to know, like, with all the guys who are showing up this weekend, we see, I think, a lot of guys coming from the Olympics also who are going to do their first race here. It's not going to get easier the next years, I think, but yeah, it would be great just doing back a good race and going back home with good memories.
Thank you. Let's move on to the local hero, Henry Rappa. Henry, how was your lead up to this race been?
Yeah, the preparation was pretty good. I did a test race 4 weeks ago, and the race went really well. But yeah, on this week, on Wednesday, I actually broke my bike frame, so I had to find a new one. So yeah, but it's okay now.
So okay, that sounds like a bit of extra curricular activity you do not want. You've been, you raced your first middle distance here last year then. Have you been focusing on the middle distance since then, or how does your schedule and your race look like?
No, last year I just wanted to try the distance, but yeah, this year from May I have been focusing on this race, and yeah, this will be my third one. So, but I think I would say that this one is, I have done 2 before, but last year I crashed here, so I just wanted to finish. But yeah, this will be my third one.
But this year you have a new bike, and talk a bit about any pressure racing in Estonia?
No, I think I will enjoy it because my friends and family will come here, and I just want to show them my racing. So yeah, it's not often I race in Estonia, so yeah, it will be a fun day.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Coming over to Anthony Costes. Welcome back, Anthony.
Thank you.
Last year, unfortunately, your day ended in a DNF. Any unfinished business?
Yes, that's right. You start with a tough question. Yeah, last year I tried, and you know, sometimes with such fast races and lots of fast people racing, you have to try things, and that was in my build-up for the 70.3 World Champ last year. And yeah, no, it wasn't a good day for me.
What's your? This is your 4th Ironman Pro Series race. What's your strategy for the year?
My strategy was to mix my season with a few 70.3s at the start, then some full distances, but unfortunately in Vitoria I got lost on the bike and had it 10 kilometers to the distance, so my race was over, and so were my hopes for the Pro Series. So now my focus will be fully on the 70.3 distance and getting as much points as I can.
Okay, great. But have you been enjoying the series so far? I mean, it's a new series, and
yeah, it's nice. It's good for professionals to have this kind of whole year championship. It's super hard. I was talking with Mark about that just before. Like, to get it right with 3 full distances included, I think it takes some special athletes. Well, that was not for me this year, but I try again next year.
Okay, well, good luck. And that's a good segue to come over to you, Mark. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Good, thank you. You have 2 races on the board. Same question to you as Anthony, just race strategy for this year regarding the Pro Series?
The plan for me was never to go after the series. I'm just not quite ready for a full Ironman yet, let alone 3. But I still was leaning towards the series for the 70.3s. It just is a lot more competitive, bigger prize money, and just overall like better races, which I enjoy.
You were top American last year at the 2023 70.3 World Champs. How does that play into this, and what have you learned from that?
Yeah, I guess just believe in myself. Hopefully we'll have a nice, small and efficient group on the swim and small and efficient group on the bike. I think we have a lot of you know, there's a lot of strength across the whole race, but like Peter said, we have some Olympians coming in. They're question mark, like you don't know how they'll handle the distance, but they're definitely strong people. And yeah, it's just gonna be an honest race the whole time, and I'm ready for it and excited for it.
Small group in the swim. Your nickname is the Shark. Is that what you're looking forward to the most, the swim, or what's your strength?
Yeah, I mean, I like the swim. It'll be nice if we can get a small group, and that way it's not a giant group on the bike. But honestly, I'm definitely most excited for the run. Get off the bike, and the run is where the race will be won, I think. I think we'll see some good competition and probably a sprint finish, maybe. I don't know who it will be between, but I'm going to give it everything I can.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Peter has a few tips maybe on the run. He last year performed pretty well on the run, so maybe we can ask him. And now let's open it up to questions from the floor. Do we have any questions from the media? Or any questions from fans? We have one question over there. Sorry?
At least someone asking. I would like to ask how much of your time is devoted for practicing and training?
Is that to a certain athlete or to everyone? Sorry? The whole panel? How much time is devoted to practicing and training? Kat, you've got the microphone.
I train on average 22 hours a week.
22 hours a week.
I would say I do between 25 and 30 hours a week.
I think in my best weeks will also be like 25, 30 hours.
It's mostly between 20 and 25, but can go up to 40, even more in training camps.
So training camps, 40 hours a week, but that's just every now and then, that's not continuous? Anthony, it's just, I want to get it for all the age groupers out there. It's not continuously 40. It's every now and then, right?
No, it's it's maybe once or twice in the year.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to emphasize. Yeah. It's on.
Oh, it's on. Anywhere from 20 to 25, depending on the year. Never 40. Bit crazy.
Yeah, the same for me. 20 to 25, and on the winters maybe 30.
And I'd just like to add that the amount of hours you spend training, for me, my opinion is that you should be a 1-to-1 ratio of direct recovery hours, and that doesn't include sleep.
Good clarification. Perfect.
I would also add that, you know, in the same way you've got different trainers for different things, different training does different things as well. So it depends what you're training for. So these are just numbers, and you've got to do what works for you.
Great. Have we heard from Kaidi, did you answer?
Yeah, similar. 25, 28 hours. Yeah, no.
Yeah, perfect. 20 to 30 hours. Perfect. Any other questions? Yes, we have one over there.
I have a question for them who have competed here before. Will there be any tactical changes in regarding change in the swim location?
Any tactical changes due to swim location change?
Yeah, I think it's easy. The swim is now in the sea, so at the end, I think for the pro athletes, it will be a little bit fun, because I think the first buoy will be 100, 150 meters, and then we have to go to the left. So I think with a pro field of the male, I think we will be maybe with 50, 60 male athletes at the starting line. I think you want to be a shark on that moment and be first on that buoy. But yeah, at the end, I think, like Mark said, like I expect this race to be more like a running race. The stronger bikers will survive, but I think at the end it will be like, yeah, the strongest guy will win because the strong bikers will make it hard on the bike. To get the fast runners a little bit tired, but yeah, there's only one tactic, and that's doing your own race and see that you can get your best level on the day.
Thank you. Good question. Any other questions? One over there.
Hello. How do you pace yourself on the bike? Do you use power meter or some other things? Because age groupers, we mostly use power meter, but for example, guys on the Tour de France, they don't use power meter that often as we do. So how do you do it?
I look behind me and I see who's there, and then I go all out until they're not there.
I was going to say the opposite around. I just look at Kat and do whatever I can to keep up. But to be serious, I think a power meter is a very good thing to have, especially if you're doing your own race and if you're here to try to maximize your performance against yourself, then it's super good to have that consistent flow. But we are here to race each other, and we like to play a bit more into the dynamics, and sometimes you have to close your eyes and don't look at the power meter to follow those dynamics.
Heart rate's also super useful, heart rate.
Peter, how would you pace yourself on the bike? Do you use a power meter or?
Depending on a good day, I don't look to the power meter. On a technical day or a tactical day, when it's a big group, yeah, then I look a lot to my watts, and then the key is like more seeing that you do your race nutrition good. But in best case, you've got a good day and you can ride your own pace and you feel how your body feels on that day. But yeah, you can't choose your good days and your bad days, so that's on race day.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Hi. So to anyone who has one, so do you have any routines you do before the race to gather yourself mentally? So we have talked about training and so, but what do you do to get ready in here, in your head, to prepare yourself? Any routines, any special thoughts, any words that come to mind?
Lucky charms?
For example.
I like to write everything down, like a race plan, like a schedule for myself. When I wake up until basically the race finish, and that keeps me kind of in control of my day and everything, in control of the process. So yeah, like I wake up 6 a.m., what time I have breakfast, and then what time I go to the transition area, then what time I do this and that, and also during the race, like keywords, like during the swim, what do I focus on the bike, what do I focus on, and on the run, what do I focus on to make me go faster, like a little process called. And that keeps me calm and in control.
Yeah, pretty much the same actually. It's all about keeping things in control, because obviously in a race lots of things will happen that are outside of your control. So yeah, keeping positive. I'd say I'm quite a positive person anyway. Stay focused in a race and see what's happening around me and react to that, but also sticking to my own plan and having confidence in myself. I think that's very important. I guess a lot of people out there as well have their superstitions with, you know, what you have before a race in terms of food and energy gels and things. I'll leave people to comment on any interesting things they have before a race.
Don't want to give my tactics away, sorry.
Is that the strength? Is that your secret to your deadly run? You never know. Any superstitions? Any ways of how you prepare, and any certain things you have that you have to do?
Not many superstitions, but just believe in my training. I mean, we do this, you heard, hours and hours each week. But when it gets hard and you start feeling like you want to give up, just fight through because you don't know. It might just be a minute, it might be 2 minutes. So focus on that. Don't focus on how long the race is. And if something doesn't go your way, just kind of flip the switch and refocus because it's never the end of your day. Just keep pushing all the way to the end.
And is that something you have the same for every race, or does that shift, or how does that?
Yeah, it just depends on the race dynamics. Like if Peter, catches me on the bike and attacks, I'm going to try to go with him. So it's just hopefully a 5-minute effort and just I got to believe in myself. Or on the swim, you get caught up at the first buoy or one of the buoys. You just got to deal with it and adjust, and it's not the end of your day right there. So just believe that, you can finish strong.
Thank you. Good question. One question over there.
So this is a question for Kat. So if in the swim it's about waist deep, would you swim or would you walk next to everyone swimming?
So
what would your advice be?
To add to Meg's question, and another question from earlier, with the difference in tactics in this swim compared to the lake swim, there will be elements where you have water that you can physically walk in. And having done some vigorous testing this morning, my competitors should definitely go max out running as soon as it hits sort of nipple height. No, don't bother swimming, just max out running. And then when it gets really shallow, just start walking slowly. But everybody else in the race should probably just bide their effort until it gets to you can run with your feet coming out of the water, and that's the most efficient way to enter and exit.
So two-tiered answer depending on if you're racing them or not. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes?
So you often have a 2-loop swim in a longer race, for example, and you have to swim through a whole bunch of age groupers like us. Some of us tomorrow will have a 2-loop swim. And any tips for those of us who will have to swim through slower age groupers on the second loop? And, any pro tip for getting through us? Because some of us are going to have to do that tomorrow.
I would make the most of it. Pretend they're competition and just sort of bounce around them. Don't touch them, obviously, but...
I would just add a few more sights in there. Some people might not swim straight, so you just want to make sure you're sighting kind of the left to the right, as well as obviously towards the buoy. Try to swim the straightest line you can, and if you see kind of a congestion of people right before the buoy, it might be worth a little bit of a surge to get past them. But yeah, I would add a bit more sights in there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've got a question. Obviously, nutrients are really important. So my question is to Kat. What is your last meal before the race?
I feel targeted. I think it's because I asked my pals to come. My last meal before the race in the evening before will be a high carbohydrate rice meal. With basically nothing else. I think it will be about 120 grams of carbohydrate. And I'll probably eat that at about 7 p.m. and then try and get to bed by 8:30. And then in the morning, I'll be eating 2 to 3 grams times my body weight, kilograms, of carbohydrate again. So I'll have another rice meal, which I'll have pre-prepared the night before, and it will have, when warm, it will have jam on and honey on. Depending on how I'm feeling will be the ratio of how much of that rice has jam and how much has honey. I know this is way too much detail.